Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Redeemables, a podcast where we watch movies that scored 50 or below on the Metacritic scale and decide to either redeem them or nail them to the cross.
To the cross.
My name is Kenny, and today I'm joined by a troubled computer engineer, BJ.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. And
mixed emotions.
and the generic comedy relief guy in a horror movie, Duff.
Oh, hey, a fucking TJ Miller. Wow.
Yeah, but you know you would actually be great at that role.
Yeah,
you would definitely be the comic relief guy in a horror movie.
Definitely. But I think I survive.
Nah, you don't.
Behind the comedy,
Sorry, you don't. You die early.
I'm a fucking coward.
You totally playing dead. Rolling a corpse over on top of yourself.
If you didn't know by now, because you weirdly didn't read the title to this episode, I'm doing the film Underwater from 2020.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how bad's my rig?
10. We drilled to the bottom of the ocean, and we don't know what came out.
Gotta get to the station.
How would we even get there?
We walk.
We're just gonna walk with insufficient oxygen across the bottom of the ocean.
You don't know what's out there.
Worst idea ever.
What was that?
Turn your lights off. What is happening?
There's something following us. You're pulling me underwater!
Do you think it's well known?
No.
No.
And it's a shame.
It is a shame.
As in whether you like it or not, I don't care, but it's a shame that it isn't well known. Someone did something fucking wrong where this movie didn't get marketed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
big time.
someone tried really hard at making this movie.
Yeah, very
And-
hard.
and-
they spent money on it.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a shame that it didn't reach the fucking global
The
audience.
marketers
a
And
few
it
people
fucking should
are-
have, because that's 2020's COVID, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me
Oh,
do some stuff here, and then we'll
Hit us.
get into that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stat us.
All right, so Underwater, for those that don't know, maybe a lot of you, is a 2020 American science fiction action horror film.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
You
like
like
it when
that?
there's
Yeah.
lots of syllables.
I don't know about the science fiction side of it. I'm not offended, though.
I think there's science fiction. I don't think there's action.
Yeah. Oh. No, there's action. They're
I'll call it a
they're crawling through
suspense thriller.
cabins and shit.
Horror.
There's just maybe there's no guns, so you're going no. There's no action and there's no chases.
There's a few.
But there's a lot happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it action.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. All right, so it is an American
I'll let you guys
science
debate
fiction, officially an American science fiction action horror film, directed by William Eubank. The film stars Kristen Stewart, Vincent Cassell, Jessica Henwick, John Gallagher Jr., Mamadou Athey, and TJ Miller. The Wikipedia plot synopsis reads, this is a favourite, this is a good one.
Yeah.
Underwater follows a group of workers on a drilling facility at the bottom of the ocean who encounter hostile creatures after an earthquake destroys the facility. That's it.
Right.
And that's good. That's clean.
So it was an earthquake. All right, cool.
Well, that's... I actually
doesn't
thought
really
the
give
same
much
thing
away.
because
Yeah.
it never said it. It
No.
could have just been one of those creatures fucking around.
It was a theory, and one goes, it'd have to be like a 9 on the Richter scale or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, that was probably a big fucking creature then.
Yeah.
I imagine, I've studied the Mariana Trench for years.
I know.
So have I, Kennedy. I
would
know a lot.
I would imagine there's a lot of
Watching the Meg over and over again is not the same as being a marine biologist.
And I've read the 6 books.
It's a fault line, right? It have to be. That's why it's
Mariana
a trench.
Trench.
Yeah.
Is it a fault line?
Yeah.
Is that your theory?
I don't think it's a
Probably.
fault line.
Yeah, it's a fault line.
It's got thermal vents in it, which cause unsteady
Okay,
water.
that's definitely from the Meg.
all of my shit's from the Meg. There's also giant sharks down there.
Yeah, I believe you.
You
Did
get
they-
past the thermal vent, and it's us. We become prey.
All I know is they named a pastor after it, didn't they? Mariana?
Similar.
Yep. It's the same thing?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because all the seafood from that pasta comes from
Yeah, oh, there you go.
Yeah. So the studio marketing tagline, just one, 7 miles below the ocean surface, something has awakened.
Yeah, It's long.
Yeah. It is long. I
yeah.
feel like the Duff. I'll give you a minute. I'll come back around to you.
Yeah.
There's got to be something shorter and tighter.
Why do we
than that.
need the 7 miles qualifier?
I think that adds to the horror, right? Because if you actually think about 7 miles below the Earth's surface,
Yeah.
it's so deep.
It freaks me
So,
out.
yeah.
7 inches below the ocean surface is enough for me to start being concerned. Yeah.
Help!
Yeah.
I panic in 6 feet worth of water.
Yeah.
I'm 6'4", so fucking that's 4 inches. I'm just tippy toeing around.
What about? I would have just said,
fuck.
do you know what, I don't want to cut Duff's graphs, but I've got one that I would have done. I would have
Go on.
trimmed it down. I would have said less, and I would have just said something has awoken underwater.
Okay, yeah, I like it. So something has awoken ... and that's
Underwater.
above the title
Yep.
on the poster.
Yeah, bring that
okay.
back. We don't do enough of that.
yeah.
Bring that back.
Something
as
has
a-
awoken. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
I like it.
Sweet.
Great.
Thanks, guys.
We'll accept that one.
feeling
We'll
pretty
correct
proud
it.
of
Let me
myself.
just cross off 7 miles below. Yep, cool.
Yep.
That's changed.
All right.
Maybe
done.
that was why no one saw it because the marketing tag.
Yeah, they couldn't make it through it.
Yeah.
People were like, got a TDRL on this shit.
Bored. Fuck, how long is this?
Yada, yada, yada.
Fucking wordy for a horror movie.
There's math in it.
All right, I got some stats. I'd like to start with the budget.
Okay.
This is a tricky one.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So hit me with how much you think this
It
is
wasn't
worth.
cheap.
No.
It wasn't cheap.
Couldn't have been.
Didn't fuck around.
A lot of set pieces. A lot of.
Yeah.
Real sets, by the way,
Yeah.
if that helps.
Right.
But
Okay.
most of
They
was,
filmed
yeah.
it underwater, like
Yeah.
really.
Actual
under-
No,
gigantic.
there was some filming underwater,
Yeah, they have.
but it wasn't open ocean.
Okay. But was the gigantic beast real? Or
Yes.
It was?
Yeah, they got him in
Was-
from the Mariana Trench.
Okay.
Was there a massive tank they filmed in? Would it be a massive tank?
I don't want to say too much more.
Okay. I'm going to go.
Stop looking at my screen.
I'm going to
I
go
can't see your fucking screen.
$85 million.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 60 mil.
Okay. It's 50 mil.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, which I think is impressive.
Yeah.
I would have gone, if I hadn't known it, I would have gone with you, BJ.
Yeah.
I would have thought it was an 85 to 100 mil. That's how good it looked, I thought.
Yeah. They weren't paying. They were
They-
underpaying that creature.
They should have spent.
Talk to his union rep.
Should have spent 20 million marketing the film.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'm sure we'll go into it later. Was it COVID affected? Like,
No, not when it was shot.
not when it was, I'm talking about when it
Release?
was released.
Yeah, 2020 was COVID.
Yeah.
That we were hot in it.
But as Ken
This
says,
this was a streamer. I think it might have gone to a few cinemas.
Real.
Yeah, I might have. Well, I'll go with the GBO next.
oh
You
yeah,
might be
yeah.
able to-
Let's take a
Actually,
punt.
yeah.
If there's
go
a
for it.
GBO, then it's gone to cinema.
It's maybe it was just pre-COVID or as COVID started
Right.
before we all panicked and fucking locked down.
Maybe people were
Made some
scared
mistakes.
beforehand.
We did what?
Nothing.
Okay, so if it's got GBO, it had a cinema
It
release.
did have a cinema release.
So I'm going to go with, again, I think it was not that well known. So it cost 50. I'm going to say it made slightly more than its budget. I'm going to 62.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and say it fucking flopped hugely.
Mm.
Especially if you're saying it's COVID, it would have gone to a streaming device straight after, which isn't really in the GBO. So I'm gonna go 25 mil.
Yeah. So okay. So yeah, you're right around. It did 41.
Okay.
Yeah.
But a weird mix. From memory, it was like only 12 or 13 US.
Okay.
And then the rest was global. So
Right.
maybe that's COVID related.
Yeah.
Like, or was the US
The
late
US
to
was
lockdown?
burning most of
That-
2020.
They were late to
various
lockdown, I
ways,
think, weren't they?
Metaphorically and literally.
Yeah, so that doesn't make sense. Unless some countries were coming out of COVID
Yeah,
before
just
US had locked down for the
In
first
between
time.
waves,
Yeah,
they got,
yeah.
pardon the
We just
pun.
want to get to 50 million deaths before we lock down. We want. They were waiting for underwater to hit the 50 mil mark, and then we'll lock down. But we're not doing it until
didn't
Kirsten Stewart's new movie.
They
gets
didn't
50
lock down till Carl Anthony Towns' mum died.
Did Rudy go back?
Oh, very good.
Send him a ham.
Very good. So, in terms of the ratings for this movie, Metacritic of 48, so it's right on
Snuck
the
in.
line. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
which I'm happy that it did sneak in. User review of 59. That's got to be one of the lowest variances
Yeah.
that we've seen between user and Metacritic, and that was from a lot of users as well. It's 100,000 people.
Right.
Yeah, so that's a decent.
I'll accept
volume.
that as a sample
yeah,
size.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I get it in that terms of user review type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do too. And I'll explain why during this podcast. Stay with us, listeners.
I think that's the point of the
Don't
pod.
touch that dial.
Can't wait. Say something shocking as well. Something shocking coming up later.
Right. Yeah, I will. Yeah.
We don't know what it is,
I'm
but
going
it's
to go
coming up
full
later.
Jackie
Stay
O.
tuned.
I
Yeah.
guarantee it gets edited out.
I've never had an orgasm.
All right. Rating was MA, which I thought was pretty obvious. That was just language, violence, and horror themes.
Yeah.
And didn't get a kill count. Couldn't find one. Sorry.
There wasn't that many people.
There wasn't that many. No,
I think
was it 4?
Nah, I think you see 4, but I think that there's a whole mining site. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause she's
and
knocking
that's
on
up for
100
debate.
doors as she's running down the thing.
Yeah, that was a good run, wasn't it?
Let's
It
just
was.
panic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck, it goes right into it. I
gotta
love a
say,
movie that goes right into it.
Do you really think you would need to be woken up in those circumstances?
Nah.
I'm a light sleeper anyway.
Something's
but
happening.
yeah,
I don't need someone knocking on my door.
it was
early
a
mornings.
7 to 9 on the Richter scale earthquake. If you fucking slept through it,
Yeah.
Can I have some of those tablets, please?
So critic reviews.
Yeah.
You want to hear them?
Yeah, okay.
All right. We got Soren Anderson from the Seattle Times. We've definitely had Soren before. The first creature feature of the new decade is here. And boy, it is dumb. That one's okay. She gave it Soren?
Soren.
She? He?
They. She got they.
They gave it a 25. This next one is definitely a man because his name is Rex Reed.
Oh,
And that's
The
great.
fucking manliest man that ever manned.
That's great. He's from The Observer, and he said, the only reason I wanted to see it at all is Kristen Stewart, but she is so wasted that she should have stayed in bed. He gave it 0.
Wow.
So he's one of those fuckheads that gives things 0. Like there was nothing
There was
remotely
nothing
good
redeeming about
it. It was
this
the
movie.
worst thing he's ever seen in his
Yeah.
life. Shut your
I've
mouth,
never
Rex.
understood a 0, and I've seen some fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like some
Yeah.
Frank Grillo messes.
Yeah.
But I would never give a movie
Now,
0.
nothing's ever
No.
0.
No,
Like,
I agree.
Like nothing's
I agree.
really ever 10. Nothing's 100. Nothing's really ever a 0.
Also, Rex assumes that Kirsten Stewart's life is Christian. I've already done it. Is either making movies or lying in bed.
Yes.
So she either makes this movie or just lies in bed.
Well, she made this movie and lying in bed, she would have died.
And he says the only reason I wanted to see it at all was Kristen Stewart. Well, you fucking got Kristen Stewart.
Yeah,
I
quite a
thought
lot
she
of
was
her.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. We saw plenty of her.
Yeah, and she did a lot with what
More
she
ways
had
than
to. She did a lot with what she had to work. Okay, PJ, settle down.
I just
That's enough
want to
for
know
us
why
to
she didn't
leave.
put a pair of pants on.
Why would you? She's trying to get in and out of that suit quicker. Pants will slow you down.
she can-
Have you ever worn skinny jeans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They explain it in the movie why
it's
she
tough.
doesn't
I
wear
can't
pants.
actually. I can't get them over my calf muscles.
They just slide right on me. They're baggy jeans on my fucking chicken legs.
Yeah.
All right.
The dudes had pants on. That's all I'm saying.
So you're never going to believe this, guys, but I've got one here from an enemy of the pod, Owen Gleiberman.
Oh, the Glebe.
The Glebe. I fucking hate the Glebe.
He's from Variety, as we know. He has said, underwater is a stupefying entertainment in which every claustrophobic space and apocalyptic crash of water registers as a slick visual trigger. Yet it's all built on top of a dramatic void. Its boredom is sense-around. I don't know what sense-around means.
No, me
It's
neither.
one word.
What's a
sense-around?
Sense-around.
It sounds like a version of Dolby. Like Dolby
Yeah, it
Sound.
does, yeah, it does like-
You from Dolby. Sense-around. Splashes water on you while you're watching the movie. Sense-around.
Sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Yeah. So he gave it a 30. Glebe.
Okay.
Yeah, Glebe fucking hates everything
He
we
just
like.
he doesn't enjoy things, does he?
No, he doesn't.
Let people enjoy things, Glebe. Stay home in bed with Rex.
Okay. Last one is from Richard Roper. We've had Rex Reed and Richard Roper.
Oh wow!
Oh, Dick
it's
Roper.
fucking- It's,
Dick
a
Roper.
it's
That's my
alliteration
nickname in
week
high
here.
school. Dick Roper.
Dick Roper. Better than rope dick.
You could hang a man off that joke.
It's long and like spaghetti.
So he's from the Chicago Sun-Times. He says, Underwater breaks no new ground as a sci-fi horror flick, other than as a possible contender for the murkiest movie ever made. And I like that. That's why
That's
I
not
put that
bad.
in. Yeah, I put it in.
Yeah.
He gave it a 38, so he didn't really hate it.
Oh yeah.
He just went, it's a bit murky.
I don't totally disagree with everything that everyone said.
All
For
right.
once.
Well, tell us more because we're breaking it down, man. Give me some. What'd you like?
Do you guys like the newspaper clippings? Like,
I was gonna say,
at
I
the
love
start, just like give the whole story. That's
the old
it.
exposition
That's what's happening.
and maps.
Yeah,
So we
no,
got
maps, yeah.
exposition via topography.
Didn't we get
Love
some blueprints?
We
as
did,
well?
yeah.
I think
I
there's
loved it.
blueprints.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it doesn't work because if they do it, then they explain it. But this movie didn't explain it. It was just like, bang, she's running. She's
Yeah.
brushing her teeth, and then she's running. And
I
loved
appreciated that.
I
Yeah.
loved it.
I did.
I thought it was one of the greatest.
I felt it was a really good way to give us the exposition we needed before we jumped straight in. We knew
Yep.
where we were and what was going on,
Yeah.
obviously, and we knew some bad shit was going to go down, so there was
That's
no
cool.
misdirect there. The lack of further development and exposition of any of the characters was probably
Yes.
my issue with the movie overall.
and I see that, and that's a genre thing.
Yeah.
I think it's a 90-minute.
They got off to a strong start with that though,
Yeah.
by using a trick to do it, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, clearly you know we need some background here, and
Yeah.
you've done that really effectively because we're only 45 seconds in and we
Yeah.
know where we are.
Yeah.
And
We
then
only,
it kind of
got a
like-
sentence
they were
about
kind
the
of
rest
like
of the characters.
done that, they
Yeah.
brushed their hands off and walked
I
away.
think
and I was
it's
like,
really hard to do that in a 90-minute like horror, like build all these characters up to have the same thing, like say Aliens, which is very similar to this movie. It's like,
100%.
you know everything about Sigourney, you know everything about Hicks, you know
Yeah.
everything about Paul Reiser, and every bit character has a story behind it.
Yeah.
These
Or even-
ones are
even,
just people that were there.
Yes.
I was going to say one we've done on the pod before, Event Horizon.
Yep.
That
Yep.
had a bit more
Yes.
character stuff in it, which
Yeah.
was appreciated.
And as I've
I,
said,
I think this is it. I mean, it's intentional. It's a choice.
it is.
He's
yeah.
not a fucking idiot. Like, he knows how to make a
No.
movie.
Yeah.
So he's gone, no. I just want this to be about this moment in time.
yeah, he's
whatever
gone through
whatever
the
got him
moment.
here or however this happened, I don't care.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is 90 minutes of man versus or woman versus beast.
That's
And we
precisely
just-
right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
correct.
And is that a bad thing? No, but it might not be to your tastes.
So I sound like I'm coming negative out of the gate.
No,
but
don't, not
panic.
at all. And I'm not defending.
Don't panic because
Yes.
I've got plenty of good things to say.
Yeah.
But what I'm kind of wondering is, I completely agree with what you're saying, but that made it feel to me more like a scene in a movie,
I get that.
and it would have been fucking awesome if it was. If
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like the main core action, quote unquote, action scene of a bigger film.
Yeah.
If it was cut down a little
Add
bit.
another half an hour at the start of
Yeah.
just learning the characters, adding
Yeah.
some emotional attachment, et cetera, et cetera.
Just some
Yeah.
emotional... because
I did wonder if that is on the cutting room floor. I did wonder.
yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if they did that and then they went,
No,
it's
I don't
just
think
a creature
so.
movie. Let's just 90-minute it.
I think they're trying to do something a little bit different in that we got the pathos and the emotional shit like in the last act when
in the middle of it.
she was like, I love you to the dude that looks like the
Well,
singer of Wilco.
she spoke about her.
You're talking about the new Eric Stoltz Smith who just slept the whole
fucking Jeff
fucking
Tweedy
movie.
who just died. Yeah, you really get upset when someone sleeps on the job, don't you?
Yeah.
Fair,
Just
fair
fucking-
enough, though.
You're getting paid to act.
Yeah,
Act.
yeah.
Fucking
Fair.
someone filmed me sleeping and put me in Anaconda.
They just painted him grey at one
they
point.
do that now. Not to go way off track, but I saw something like a snippet, an online thing. I don't know whether I'm going to sound real old here, but someone was doing a sleep stream.
Oh, what?
A sleep stream. So he streams himself sleeping.
He's-
And there's fucking
But he must
hundreds
be
of thousands
jacking
of
off.
people watching it. No, he's sleeping.
Is he jacking off?
Man, this motherfucker was sleeping.
Just
How many views?
Hundreds of thousands. He's
That's
a very popular streamer. So
And
I'm
it's
fucking
just
led
a
to
guy
believe.
sleeping.
the
by
only
this
way I
article.
would watch that is if Bam Margera burst in with
Yeah.
firecrackers or
Yeah,
some
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Or
Just-
he's-
or
or
just water and flour, and you got statued.
Or he's just having a fiddle with
I want him to
himself.
be tarred and feathered halfway through the night. What does the world come to?
So anyway, yeah,
Anyway.
that's just me, old man.
Well, I
young
missed that
McLeod.
opportunity because
Yeah, yeah.
I was going to say I could.
You'd be good at it.
No, I'm not.
So back to the opening credits
Yes.
with the newspaper things. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it
Yeah,
a lot.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what the alternative was? The only alternative for a movie that's set in the ocean is the
The fuck- Mariana Trench.
and it's always going to be the green writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah. That was the only alternative.
Yeah,
It was this or newspaper clippings.
You know why they couldn't? Another reason they couldn't use green writing on the screen like that, it would have just given the alien aesthetic.
too
too
much.
much.
Yeah, because
There was a lot
Very
of
so- I was
parallels.
actually surprised at the critics because normally they have a movie they base off. For me, it's Alien.
One mentioned Alien, I think, right?
But
Yeah,
maybe-
they actually pay some homages in
Yeah.
the movie to Alien.
Yeah, they definitely do.
100%.
There's a couple of good ones when I get to fun facts. There's no way you would have picked up. I don't think so.
No.
And when I read it, I was like, holy shit.
So what I do like, because it's also one of my favourite things about Alien, is just the look of the sort of commercial, industrial, the things
Right.
they're living on. Like the
Yeah,
ship. I don't know what to
yeah,
call
yeah.
it. Is it a ship? Is it a fucking...
Yeah, it's a station.
I've called
Station,
it
yeah.
ship throughout
Yeah.
my notes. So bear with
Yeah.
me. I'm going to go Kirsten, whatever, and I'm going to say ship and station. Just fucking strap yourselves in, everyone. It's going to be fun.
K Stewart.
Kate Stewart. Katie Stewart.
Stewie. Stewie. But I actually really like that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And it works. Because it also... It just felt so claustrophobic right from the get-go, which I know we
Yeah.
always talk about this ocean
I think
shit.
that was intentional.
Yeah, space in the ocean.
Inside the helmet views.
Yeah.
and stuff
Loved
like
the
that.
inside the
That was
helmet
cool.
shit.
Great suits.
Yes.
Yeah, like the ease of getting the helmets on and off as well.
Yep.
and it was all very cool. They made the suits from scratch for this,
Right.
like they were designed
Actors?
for this movie. Yeah, the
suits,
actors,
they
yeah.
made them themselves.
Yeah, so
The
they
suits
had
look cool. They
2
look-
weeks before the movie shot. The actors all got together in a room with some paper mache.
Some patterns.
Good work.
It looked like
Did some trust falls.
little
And,
I'll catch you, Katie Stewie.
yep. no marine boot camp for these guys.
I would not trust Vincent Cassell to catch me.
Nah.
Will you catch me, Vincent?
Yeah,
Yes.
sure I will.
He's been evil in too
Are
many
you
movies.
going to catch me,
Yeah,
Vincent?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
don't
like
know.
him, but he's always fucking evil. It was surprising that he wasn't like
Evil?
an evil in this.
Oh,
Like,
man,
I was
he was the
waiting for the
opposite.
bit where he knew about the beast and all that shit, and it came out that he created it or something. But he was actually just a great dude. Yeah,
I was waiting for him to get cut in half, and he ends up being a droid.
yeah. Just something, right? A white blood. Yeah. So yeah, that was cool. The other bit I liked at the start, and I'm kind of sad it didn't carry on through the movie. We only got it twice. We got it once at the start. It's the philosophical voiceover or narrator from inside the person's head. So when she's first getting ready in the mirror at the opening scene,
Yeah.
and there's the voiceover comes over,
Yeah.
and it talks about it's just philosophical stuff, pretty heavy, kind of dark stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh fuck, this movie's going to have some depth to it.
Yeah.
And then that goes away and doesn't come
Yeah.
back, and it comes back again, which I like this touch at the very end,
Yeah.
when she's like staring at the fucking beast and she's about to die.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
the voiceover comes back and she says some more heavy philosophical shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh cool, it came back. It wouldn't have worked if they did it throughout the film, but they just they got me excited at the start. And you guys saw The Killer on Netflix,
Yes.
the David Fincher
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
So that was like as good as you can do that.
Oh, yeah.
With
Yeah.
the voiceover throughout that. And I kind of went, oh shit, I don't remember this the first time. I'd only seen this movie once before and I didn't remember the voiceover.
Yeah.
And well, that's because it's only there for 1 minute at the start and 1 minute at the end, but it's good.
It is good.
I think maybe, just maybe, the end and the start was edited in. I think there is a lot on the cutting floor.
Really? Yeah.
And I think
You
they
think they
needed to-
added that voice?
I think they needed to add context to
What was
the
going on?
situation they're in, and at the end as well.
I get that.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
I could have used it for some other characters too. Because not to harp on it, but as I've said, one of my issues with horror, and the reason I can't generally get invested in horror, is I don't know. The better ones obviously do it well, but a lot of the ones that put me off horror, I don't get invested in the characters enough.
Jeez, he's harping on about it.
And
isn't
then
he? Fucking hell.
the other thing,
Play me
That's
another.
all right. I get exactly what you
I've
mean.
got 8 more mentions. The other thing is when they make dumb decisions, like they repeatedly make dumb decisions. Now, the only dumb decision by these people was taking the fucking job in the first place.
Oh, yeah. You'd want to be getting paid.
Dude, do you not read the newspaper? We saw the headlines.
Yeah.
There's something shifty going on.
Yeah.
Not only is it already 7 miles underwater, which sucks to begin with, but there's possibly a beast.
If I get a job and it's there's been sightings of what? Sea creature.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going.
7 miles below.
I'm
Yeah.
going.
Fuck.
Right.
black.
Like, we talking little ones? Wobbegong? Like, fuck. Yeah, fuck. No, so, like, I don't know who the fuck takes that job in the first place, so I've got to get past that.
It looks like a lot of broken people.
That's what they were going for,
Definitely,
but we
that's-
didn't get enough backstory
There's a
to
guy-
reinforce that.
There's a guy that carries around a bear. There's a captain who's fucking broken. There's
Yeah.
person's
It's
broken.
the only people that do take those jobs, right? The end of the world jobs.
Yeah.
Like the what is it, the fishermen off Alaska
Retail.
or whatever,
Yeah.
like those guys. Yeah.
Yeah, like retail in a big box.
Retail in a big box store. Yeah. But yeah, there's I see that.
Yeah.
You know what? I totally agree with you. It's a different movie then, and it's to be honest, it's probably a better movie if you add in some more character shit and make me care more.
Yeah.
But as I said before, it's a genre movie, and a lot of the time these movies in this genre don't have that, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Provided you're willing to take it for what it is, type thing. So
I think this movie made a very strategic choice to. You said it earlier to
Yeah.
make it all in the moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't. You'll find out a backstory a little bit only from Kristen Stewart's perspective. Like
tough, isn't it?
You find out later. Like that's how you get the emotional bits. Is all through her. It's in the moment.
Yeah.
So the whole movie, she's in every scene.
She is, isn't she?
Yeah.
Is she?
Yeah, it's
Pretty
all
much.
from her
Yeah,
perspective.
yeah.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, she is, because even when the
those
girl
two-
kind of disappears,
Yeah, you
she's
never
off
see
with
them
Vincent
until
Cassell.
she hears
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
her the whole movie. It's
There you go.
in
I
her
never
moment.
picked that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in every scene.
I like that. So
for her.
whilst that detracted for the movie for me, I
bet.
can't deny it, but
Yeah.
it didn't ruin it for me.
No, but I get why you'd be a little detached. You're like, oh, okay, I'm just going to be lightly entertained here, rather than being fully engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I believe
Is that
we're
a good way
going
of
to
putting
do.
Sometimes that's all you need.
We're going to do something.
Sometimes that's all the time. That's all I want.
Yeah, it's all I can handle.
Fuck,
I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty
sick of
emotionally
being fully engaged in everything.
I'm pretty fucking
I want
high
to be
strung.
disengaged.
Yeah, guys, I'm
Cut me
freaking
off.
I'm freaking out most of the time.
So a couple of cool scenes. I had the opening scene,
The run.
the
Pressure
run.
breach.
Yeah, the pressure breach. I thought was fucking wicked.
Loved it.
That looks so cool. And from outside, as you watch the
Thing compact?
compact in, like a can crushing.
Yeah,
I was
I love
like,
that
fuck,
shit.
that's cool. And
Yeah.
then when they kind of seal off the door, which is like they have to make that hard decision to cut off the couple of guys that were clearly not going to make it, but whatever.
Not a hard decision for me.
And then the explosion goes off, and
Coward.
there's that cool shot of her like floating in the air.
I love
And
that.
the
They
camera,
did that a few
spins around.
times.
Yeah,
Yep.
very
Worked
cool.
really well.
I love that shot.
Yeah.
I've seen it in lots of movies. The spinning camera. I've seen how they do it as well with the hundreds.
Don't tell
of
me, I don't wanna
cameras.
know.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
It's very cool. It's
Don't
very
ruin it
cool.
for me, Ken.
It's cool.
I've got I love those set pieces. The effects generally were really, really good.
Yeah,
I had some thoughts on the effects.
go on.
Yeah.
When that guy said murky, I completely agreed.
Yes.
If it's a creature movie, give me a proper give me like just all I need is 10 seconds.
You
of
wanted a clear glimpse.
clear glimpse of what this. I still can't tell you what the fuck it is.
No.
The best thing about this movie is the octopus that she fucking encounters accidentally.
Oh, yeah,
That they
yeah.
bring back in the fucking.
Yeah,
Don't bring the flesh-eating thing back on the
No,
ship under
what are you
any
doing?
circumstances.
Yeah, what are you doing?
that's cool. But I needed to see the creature. I needed to know what I was going for.
Yeah.
because I'm always
Well,
going for the
but it's kind of like it's a subset of or a
I
like
get
of
why they
creatures,
did
right?
it.
There's a lot of creatures.
Yeah.
There's my count is there's kind of 3 or 4 different ones. There's the little thing
Yeah.
that might just be an infant version
I
of
thought
one
it
of the
was
bigger
an infant.
ones.
I thought it was just a baby of the bigger one.
Yeah.
It's just
But then
various
there's
stages
the
of
bigger
growth.
ones that are like almost like mermen, I guess, with like demon heads.
Yeah.
And they've kind of got they're swimming around and ripping
But aren't they?
faces off.
Weren't they were they parasites on the larger one because they were kind of attached to it at one point, weren't they? And they were sort of all pouring off it.
Oh, so you think that they are just part of the big?
I think it's a hive.
They have their own.
I think it's a hive mind type of thing.
yeah,
'cause
that's what I was
those-
thinking.
He
Okay.
sent all those motherfuckers after those.
Yeah.
Okay.
escaping
Yeah, I like
fish.
that.
Yeah.
I think it's
okay.
a
So we're
big
just
hive.
calling it just one big creature.
I felt that
and
way,
the
yeah.
rest of these are just hive minds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But to Duff's point, it's conjecture because I couldn't really see clearly. And let's get the negatives out of the way early.
If you get a big bad beast, show me that cunt.
Yes.
As a man of
Singer.
as a student of science,
Yes.
a doctor of science, I would say that they're separate entities. Those other creatures because they had to sleep, and if they were part of the bigger beast, would they have to sleep?
Would they sleep or reproducing in that gunk?
Or if they're reproducing, even more to the point
Because that
they're
makes more
probably-
sense that
Yeah.
there's a baby around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Either way, pretty cool, like creatures or creature.
I like the
I thought
hive
it was
mind
cool.
concept,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. I'm with the hive
Yeah.
mind. I liked that.
I think.
Yeah,
it
but they were
makes sense.
scary. Man, they were scary as fuck.
They were-
Oh, the mermen?
the smaller ones, the mermen. Is that what we're calling them? I like that.
Yeah, the hands.
Oh,
Worse than raccoons.
You know, one of my
I fucking hate raccoons.
one of my favorite scenes in a movie ever is in Science when that alien walks across.
I just remember the raccoon incident from Bass Lake. Anyway, sorry, go on. You remember that? The giant raccoon on the
was
stairs
so
to get into
fucking
our
drunk.
cabin.
No, I've been on the
Couldn't get
Mike's
past
Hard.
him. We couldn't get past him.
I was on the Mike's Hard Lemonade.
He just sat on the stairs and we couldn't get into the cabin.
Yeah, excuse me, Mr. Raccoon.
Giant fat raccoon just going.
That was me.
Anyway, has nothing to do with this.
That was in a golf cart.
Yeah, so one of my favorite scenes in any movie ever is Signs when the alien walks across the
Yes,
cornfield.
yep.
One of the scariest
Yeah.
things I've ever seen.
Ugh.
I'm a big horror guy as
Is
well.
it because of the long fingers in that as well? I think it's long fingers.
It's just because
There's some Slender Man bullshit out there.
and when you see and there's a scene in this where you see where she's looking for the merman and it's kind of got like its tail and it hops away.
Yeah.
Scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I prefer that than
when she was on that kind of what appeared to be like a floating platform with Vincent Cassell, and she's trying to like pull him up, and that one just like pops up with its fucking horrible head,
and then goes down.
and it's just coming closer and closer, and there's nothing she can do.
Yeah.
She doesn't she can't hide or anything. She's just got to watch this thing like edge towards her, and it just wants to rip her fucking skull out.
That shit was super effective, but I've got to say I found the effects and the chaotic kind of hectic feel of the edit and the way it was shot with the pressure breach really worked.
Yeah.
But when we had more of those incidences where there was any action,
Yeah.
I was lost. And I know I get easily lost.
Like
in
that
Simpsons.
dizzy feeling that you get sometimes.
No, just, yeah, low blood pressure. No, it's like when there's some sort of fucking fast moving stuff. It was too dark.
Yep.
the way they edited it and shot it had me confused, and all the fucking suits, other than when she changed, looked exactly the same.
Yeah.
So there was a couple of scenes. The descent to that platform, as an example.
I hate that in movies.
I didn't know what was going on, and it wasn't until they settled that, until everything had settled a little bit, where I was like, oh, he's there now. Oh, he's taken his helmet off.
Yeah.
What?
Man, I'm glad you said that because it's one of my pet peeves in movies with suits.
Yeah.
I'm a Tenet truther. I love Tenet. I'm a big Tenet guy. But the end scene of that gives me the shits because they all just look the fucking same and you don't know who's warring with who. Yeah. I got really lost at that. And so I know exactly what you mean in this.
Yeah.
Same shit.
Yeah.
Just put something, put a fucking hat on.
It's obviously why she got the yellow suit, right?
Give them colours.
Yeah.
Colours, whatever. It's just something, yeah.
Just a big number on the back.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
No,
just like Liverpool.
Yeah.
So
I get what you're saying there. Speaking of suits, can we talk about the first kind of graphic close-up death of the depressurization
of the black guy
dying first? And my God, does he die?
Oh yeah,
his body implodes but explodes at the same time. So it
implodes
kind of goes
and then
in
the
and
shoot.
then out.
Yeah,
and all I was thinking
great.
about when I saw that, I was like, huh. So that's what happened to the guys in the Titan submarine. No, but that's probably what happened.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. So is it TJ Miller goes, I've seen people die before, but I've never seen someone implode. Yeah. I was like, me neither, bro.
Yeah.
Is it the imploding? Is the human? Is the exploding the suit they're wearing? Like the little
dunno.
canister in the back?
Don't know.
As a doctor of science. I don't know.
Yes. Yes.
That was cool.
Speaking of
in a horrifying way, that was cool.
Yeah.
TJ Miller, was he sleeping when everything fell on top of him? Was he in bed?
Yeah.
Because he was lying pretty straight. Was he just sleeping?
Well, he had no
probably.
shirt on as well, didn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he had no shirt on, so he probably was sleeping.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Why do you ask?
Because it's so weird that they just lift a rock and he's just lying down with his teddy bear. And I'm like, was he sleeping?
It was just in a perfectly positioned
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And then he moves the rock himself? I was like, why didn't you do that in the first place, you idiot?
Playing dead, coward.
Playing to coward.
He's a
Perfect.
coward.
Fucking
That's
perfect.
you.
I would do the same shit.
There's noises outside. Just pretend to be asleep.
It's a 9 fucking on the Richter scale earthquake, but he's just going to chill.
Did you guys enjoy, just on TJ Miller, did you enjoy him in this film? Did you enjoy his comic relief?
No.
Let's just say this. I prefer him to live more than Jimmy Smith.
Yeah. I actually thought...
TJ's...
I thought he was great.
He's always good at what he does.
Yeah.
Not anymore, though, because he's... Has he been cancelled?
I'll get into that.
Yeah, cool.
He's okay. He's okay.
Oh,
I'll get into it.
You're
You know me, I'm the uncanceller.
You're the most lax judge
I'm
ever.
the uncanceller.
He badmouthed Ryan Reynolds. His Hollywood career's over.
I believe in redemption.
Kenny's like, you know what, Jeffrey Dahmer, you did some bad things, but it's fine. You seem
okay.
pretty cool.
He had a troubled childhood.
Like your haircut, you're good to go.
Everyone deserves a second chance.
Yes, I like TJ Miller.
Yes, so-
And, I want you talk about backstory. I really wanted the backstory on the Teddy.
Yeah.
Did you need that?
It was the Teddy that I didn't
That's
really
what
enjoy.
I was looking for.
Yeah, and you know what? That's on the cutting room floor because there was a weird, and then the fact that they called back to that, give this to his mum or whatever.
Yeah.
that doesn't mean anything to me because you haven't told me what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
It's just it's a grown man with a teddy. Yeah, so it should have been something more.
TJ Miller's death was the best I thought, though.
Do you think it was the Teddy from Con Air?
Yeah.
Daddy's
coming
in a
home on
world
July 14.
that little girl's grown up, transitioned into a man,
TJ
that
Miller.
kept the Teddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bunny.
Yeah.
Put the bunny back in the box. Yeah. Do you think?
Possibly.
I don't know. I'm just saying they might be in the same.
And the bunny
universe.
turned into a sheep or whatever that thing was.
No, it was a bunny in
Was
the
it?
movie.
It's still a bunny?
Yeah, yeah, it's a bunny.
I thought it was a teddy bear.
No, it's a bunny.
Okay.
Because in one of
You
the
are a
fun-
man of science.
in one
A
of the-
doctor, if you will.
Yeah, I identified the species. It's a lowland bushland bunny.
So fucking Kenny Attenborough.
No, there's a scene at the end when she gives him the bunny, right?
Yeah.
And says, give this to his mum or something, I think she
Yeah,
says.
yeah.
It's a real bunny. It's in the fun facts. For the whole movie, it's a teddy bear.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, at that moment, they give him a real bunny.
Why the fuck did they
I
do
don't
that?
know. It's just a stupid little in-joke of the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
It's so weird. I read it
doesn't
and I
make
was
any
like,
fucking
what?
sense.
Why would
Classic.
you do that? Yeah.
Classic Hollywood.
So I'm not sure. It's just a little in-joke. But back to TJ Miller.
The only way that's funny is if it's like a fucking snake or a bear or something.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
like, he's in the
yeah,
bottom. They're like,
Ah.
give this grizzly bear to his
Yeah.
mum, and then just fucking close the door.
It's full-grown adult male grizzly.
This poisonous snake to his mum.
Please give this anaconda to his mum.
I thought TJ Miller was great. I thought that some of the jokes weren't laugh out loud funny, but that probably would have bothered me if they were too funny.
Because you don't need
the scenario. You didn't want too funny. You just needed someone that was like
lighthearted.
Well, what he was kind of being funny as part of his anxiety of the situation, I think.
Yeah,
and I thought he did that really well.
Yeah,
I must admit, I thought he died too early. I was enjoying him, and then when he dies, I was like, "Oh, can we kill the other guy?"
Yeah, that's what I said.
You want
Kill
to
Smith? Fuck
Kill
him. Smith. Yeah, fuck him off.
Is that Jeff Tweedy? Is that the guy from Wilco?
Yeah, that's the guy from Wilco. Yeah,
and then
I think that's John Gallagher Jr. I think his name is.
Yeah,
He looks like a junior.
He's in quite a few things.
Yeah,
that
he's
guy,
very recognisable.
Yeah.
Like
Like
the
his
newsroom.
He is in that. Yeah.
Best line of the movie was like, "Oh, fucking Slender Man's back there."
Yeah.
And then he dies. It's like, oh,
He dies. Yeah, pretty graphically as well. He gets ripped from
massive.
within his suit.
I like stuff like when he said, "Are we going to close this door?" I'm going to close it, and like it's just kind of subtly delivered, and it's kind of like a stream of consciousness thing.
That's what he's
but
doing.
It's just amusing enough, as you say, because it's kind of like it's how your anxiety would manifest. I would 100% be that guy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I'd be like, will you shut up
yeah.
and stop making stupid jokes?
Anytime
Like,
in a stressful situation,
I can't help it.
Yeah.
My cowardly ass is still under the rock
With your
Playing dead
with your bear
at the bottom of the ocean.
with my bear.
Yeah.
So I thought the movie kind of flattened a little bit. Not after his death, there's still a bit going on there, but after the captain dies, Vincent Cassel, and he kind of gives his life because the suits are about to depressurize or whatever. And I thought it just got a little flat there for about 20 minutes when they kind of just dragging the body, and that's where they tried to do some of the exposition,
That's right.
emotional stuff, just to add a bit more weight to the end of the film.
That was clunky when she walks up on her saying to him, "I love you."
I thought so,
Yeah.
and I thought maybe that was added in afterwards as well because perhaps they realised, we've kind of got nothing here, so a heroic sacrifice is not really got much weight attached if there's no emotional weight attached to it.
Also, there'd been multiple heroic sacrifices to that point. So the black guy that died first.
Was his an heroic sacrifice?
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
she
he
said
knew the
he-
helmet was cracked.
Yeah.
So he gave her his helmet and he took
Oh,
hers.
sorry, I missed. Yeah, that's
so
right.
we're kicking off there. The captain, So it
a
was
film of heroic sacrifice.
Oh, wasn't it just? Yeah, it made me feel super inadequate. Fucking, what have I done for the world?
Nothing.
Fuck all.
You'll never do anything.
I have a real word with myself over here.
so
You guys carry on. I have an existential crisis.
It's okay. It's a nightly thing for me. I thought that was kind of probably a 15-20 minutes there, which considering it's a 90-minute horror, you got to tighten that up. You can't have a 20-minute lull. But from the moment they then arrive at the old station, like Roebuck Station or whatever, that's it. Sorry,
That red and black lighting was fucking sick.
with the beasts, the creatures hanging from the ceiling. I was like, fucking.
For
great.
me, I
We're
was
back
like,
on.
finally, some
Yes.
horror, some proper horror,
Yeah,
some
yeah,
proper
yeah.
suspense. Because the first half of the movie, I wasn't really suspense.
Suspended?
Oh, I was because I'm really claustrophobic.
Yeah,
And so I just found it so horrifying the situation they found themselves in.
but that thing at the end where they're walking through I'm all about that. And then
It's
she
very
gets
cool.
swallowed in whole, and then shoots out of it.
Best
And it's
scene
like-
of the movie, man.
Thank you. That's all I've ever wanted in a movie. Like, get someone swallowed whole in there,
Unbelievable.
and then you see the
you
stomach lining inside
Yeah.
the helmet. You're like, yeah! And then she's grabbing a gun inside a gut, and it's like, yeah! And then she breaks out of that thing's fucking midsection.
It's
I'm like,
so good. And didn't it look great as well?
You have been
Like,
asking for it for a long
yeah,
time.
that's all the
It's
make
actually
was
why I
missing.
chose this movie. It's for that scene, so you could get all excited.
Someone getting digested.
Yeah.
I think it's further proof that Hollywood's listening. What else have I got? Oh, here's a couple of things that I just enjoy in a movie. As I always love when someone just stares off into the middle distance and says, "We shouldn't be here."
Oh, yeah. It's
Every
a good
time.
trope.
Has that ever not worked?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, no, you shouldn't.
great.
You're 7, even if there wasn't a beast.
But that,
Yeah.
You're fucking 7 miles underground.
that girl in this movie
Forget everything else.
says it like 100 times, though.
Yeah. No, there's
It's
one.
like, we get it, you complaining bitch.
There was one. There was
Let's
one
think
that
about
worked.
your lover with dragging his ass because he's asleep like Eric Stoltz.
Her character bothered me a little bit.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Massively.
Was it Emily? Is that her name?
Emily,
Yeah. Because like you're kind of meek and anxious and kind of afraid. Like that's kind of her character. There's a bit of an arc there for her, but basically that's her. Then why the fuck are you working on a drill station 7 miles below the Earth's surface? That's the last job in the world a character like you would take.
Yeah.
So there was some problems I had with that.
We needed more of her when she showed the side of her character, how excited she was when she dragged the flesh-eating baby beast onto the thing, and she was
that's
always
right.
super excited
That's
about
the
it.
first time you see emotion from her.
That's also the first time we saw any
complaining
motivation. Yeah, exactly. It was the only time we saw any motivation for her actually to be there at all.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd only
So-
just seen her in the Royal Hotel like 2 weeks ago. And
Yeah,
I was like,
same.
same character.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
I was
Yeah.
like, she's doing the same
She's
shit.
doing the same bit. She's
Yeah.
actually, I'll get to her in car. She's
Yeah.
actually been on a fucking run
Yeah.
of like good
She's good.
movies.
MCU,
Yeah.
man.
Is she in that as well? Was she in MCU? Where is she in MCU?
The
She was
Raccoon.
in one of the Netflix shows. She was.
Oh, it doesn't count.
Ah,
Yeah.
Doesn't
yeah.
really count then, is
Yeah,
it?
it doesn't
count.
count.
Is,
That's the best
is that
they've
like a
done.
gateway to an actual role in an
Was it the
actual Marvel?
World War One? What was
Yeah,
that one
I
with
can't-
Samuel L. Jackson?
Hmm?
What was that one with Samuel L. Jackson that nobody watched?
Oh, Nick Fury.
And they lost $1 billion off it or whatever it was. What was that called?
Nick Fury.
I
It's
don't know.
garbage.
No, it's not Nick
Secret
Fury.
War.
Secret War. That's it. Was she in that one?
No.
No.
She was in the Netflix. We got there. The Netflix one previously, Daredevil and stuff.
Oh, right.
right.
Okay. So yeah, last couple of cool things I liked a lot. I liked the symbology of the daddy long legs at the start, how it was trapped in the sink.
Yeah.
And it was like, I think, a metaphor for her being trapped in this fucking cage
100%.
that she's in. Yeah,
100%.
And then also just the fact that she frees the daddy long legs instead of killing it.
Yeah.
There's something there, like you instantly kind of like this character or meant to like her. Maybe some people go, kill the fucking thing.
Well, Australians.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah,
you can tell
yeah.
she's not an Australian.
Yeah, true.
But like, Spider, kill it, ask questions
yeah.
later.
And I
Hey, Duff.
also wondered.
Yep.
I also
Get someone
wonder-
else to kill it because I don't kill creatures anymore.
I wonder whether
believe
that
He plays dead when he sees it that long legs.
Oh, God.
pass out.
Just drown myself in the shower by going under it and breathing in.
I thought maybe the daddy long legs has something to do with the beast as well.
Yeah,
perhaps?
yeah, it was definitely
Yeah.
there was definitely some parallels
Because
there.
the beast kind of resembled like a giant spider. The
Yeah, it
way
did a
it had
little
the
bit.
huge
I didn't-
head and abdomen. And
I had
Tentacles and
no
shit.
idea what it looked like.
it definitely
No, it was
had
pretty-
tentacles and
How
shit.
fucked
Yeah.
is your TV?
I'm pretty fucked.
Like it was
Yeah.
pretty clear.
You need to up the contrast.
I
bro.
watched it out the back with the sun.
down the contrast. I don't know.
let
One
me,
of those
let me
two.
come around your house. I'll fine tune your TV.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
What do you got? How many inches?
Don't answer that question.
Let me have a look.
Speaking of inches, why would when she got on the shepherd's drill, which I thought was cool because she'd been told it was not there anymore or was inoperable at one point. They're like, don't, because I like the fact the captain was like, this is the plan.
Yep.
Right? This is what we're doing. And someone's like, we'll probably die. And he goes, yeah, we're basically definitely going to die if we stay here. So
Yes.
we have to take our
We may as
chances
well
with
do
that.
this. Yep.
I was like, that's fucking cool.
Yep.
And I like the fact that he just stepped up and took leadership.
Yep.
It's what captains do.
Yeah.
Right? And then
I love how he stayed because obviously people got away in those pods.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he stayed there.
Yeah.
Because that's what captains
what
do.
That's what captains do. Yeah.
And he
So
was-
then I thought at some point somebody said that there was no point going to the shepherd's drill because it was not there anymore or something had happened.
Well, that's
to it.
kind of where the trouble happened, I think, judging by the newspaper clipping.
That makes sense.
Maybe, yeah. They didn't go into that too much.
because it had been
but-
abandoned, but was still
Yeah. I was wondering if they walked in there and then there was going to be like, some blood on the walls,
Yeah.
type thing. But
It looked very
it's
nice.
just- yeah.
Is that where the fucking recording that they listened to came from of the people dying horribly? Another
Are you
audio.
getting confused with Event Horizon?
No, they definitely.
I know.
I know. I want to know what that noise was. Yeah,
I never
yeah.
want to listen to it. If someone goes, "Oh, I've got some audio of the last moments of this abandoned whatever," I'm
Hard
like,
part.
Is it from there?
"Give me the gist of it."
I thought it was an escape pod that crashed, and you hear it, and that's when the TJ Miller and the other fella go out and investigate it.
Right.
I thought it was a pod, maybe,
I just assumed it was one of
because
the.
if they went all the way to that station, the movie ends because they're already at that station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it crashed near. That's when you first see the white gunk and stuff. I think it was an escape pod that crashed.
Right. Actually, that pod that they did come across with the dissolving body and shit, that was cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that.
Yeah.
But when she arrived at the drill, I thought that was cool because it gave you that little bit of respite. But why did she stop for a shower first?
That was odd.
She's doing a crying game thing, like she's just
The showering, yeah.
There was just a few choices
I
regarding
don't know
her
whether
character.
I feel like it was I need to wash myself clean of what I just went through and what I just saw.
Not gonna
because
work.
she's lost so many people.
She's lost her mental.
I'm not a trauma counselor, but I
People
don't
to-
think that's how that works.
Oh, in this movie, it's the best way to do it. It's not like 19 weeks of like counselling work. You know,
I would
what
go
I
to
mean?
the
No.
medicine cabinet
When I
just fucking help myself.
in
I'd go outside without a suit.
yeah,
Breathe
the,
deeply.
implode.
that's a good idea. In the summer of 2003, I actually hit and run a 6-year-old boy. And straight afterwards, I had like a cold shower and I just kind of got down on my hands and knees. And I haven't really thought about it since.
Yeah.
So it does work.
I still think about burying him.
So all this,
Such a good friend. Where are we putting this one?
So maybe you
Make
should be a
the
trauma
usual
counselor.
spot and carry. Oh,
shit.
good stuff.
I've still got my carrier in the back of my trunk with zip ties on. And I can't give him any water or anything because there's a spider on the door handle. I'm a
good.
coward.
I'll put my balls on
So
them too.
I just
we've got off topic.
want to summarize some likes and dislikes here. So likes, are we okay? Are we happy with the creatures and the beast? Did we think that was good? I did. But
80%, but I completely agree with Duff where I probably needed some more clarity around. I loved how ambiguous it was, but I needed a reveal.
Yep, that's cool. Like a clear shot without the murkiness or the darkness, which, we weren't going to get in that setting. They could have lit it up or something, though, with something. Yeah. All right, that's cool.
I'd hate to be like one of the critics that bring it back to Alien, but Alien does it so perfectly. It's like, you don't know what the fuck this figure is for 80% of the movie.
Yep.
And then you see it, and you actually see it.
Yeah.
And you go, fuck, that's terrifying.
Which is what they were going for here, but they didn't make it visible enough.
See it.
Yeah.
Is it a budget thing where they just...
Yeah. Oh, I'd also say I felt like I saw it really clearly. I felt like I could draw a fucking picture of it right now from
Right.
memory. So maybe it's a TV thing because I have a state of the art.
Fucking hell. We should rename this pod.
$7,000 is how much it costs.
Fucking hell. Recommended retail or what you paid?
What I paid. No. But yeah, I just wonder whether
I could see the
'cause
creature.
sometimes those dark movies, or like everyone fucking whinges about the last episode of Game of Thrones or whatever it is.
Or
you can't
Batman
see
was
it.
the biggest one. Everyone just
But
said
then some
Batman
people are
was-
like, no, I saw it fucking clear. It's beautiful. I think maybe just it's a
Contrast.
difference in how you
Like,
how
I
you
could
watch
see the
contrast,
creature,
yeah.
but I didn't get to see it. What is it? Like, it's a head with tentacles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is. What do you want to know?
More.
All right, so that's not a like nor a dislike. You're just okay with the creature. Maybe you're happy with the the smaller mermaid.
If I'm in a creature movie, I want to see the creature. I want to feel the suspense of the creature, like a huge kaiju at the end.
Yep.
Doesn't do
Are
it
you
for
happy
me.
with the merman?
The merman was
The
perfection.
merman was perfection. Okay, that's cool. Likes, I would say the sets, right?
yeah.
Like
Loved the
It
sets.
looked fucking great, and the visuals of the sets crumpling and fucking blowing up.
Explosions are always
and
good.
the doors shutting and pods opening and shit. I was like, all of this looks like they've fucking engineered this.
Yep.
None of this looks like visual, like CGI, sorry. This looks like fucking engineering.
The CGI was spectacular of the stuff crumbling, the elevator falling.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
All
It
that
looks like
stuff
it was actually done. Yeah.
really good.
Really good. Really good. Okay, so that's a good one.
Completely agree.
How did we feel about Kristen Stewart in this film? I know we all like her, but did we think she was
No,
good? Did
you
we think she was
guys
fun?
are a Kristen Stewart fan. I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm not a
You're a
Christian.
good person to ask.
Yeah. I thought she was fine.
Yeah.
And it's a hard
Just
role
fine.
to be the main person of this whole thing. You're the narrator of this. The
Yep.
camera's following you everywhere, and I thought she was fine.
Yeah.
Was she wasted? She's a hell of an actress.
A hell of an actress. That's why I thought it was cool they got her.
Yeah, true.
I thought
Yeah.
she was wasted in the line she was given, the emotional stuff, especially like
She wasn't given much to work.
No.
Give me 10 more minutes or one more minute.
She wasn't given that, that
Grit. She
that
needs
grit
grit.
where she screams at the fucking, you won't fucking kill me, or something.
Yeah.
You know, she wasn't given
It's
that.
not really her
It's
lane,
not,
is it?
It's not.
She's more of a stoic facial
Yeah.
actor than a. It sounds
Kinda-
dumb.
And I guess that's why they wanted her.
Haven't studied acting at the Juilliard or anything, so
But-
this is a complete layman's opinion. But yeah, she
There was
doesn't
another
seem-
thing I thought she was okay.
Yep, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I thought the choice to shave and bleach her head was fucking genius because picture this, right? And I did this. Picture this movie now, but with her with a traditional, like, long brown hair with a cool whipped fringe that she normally has.
Yeah.
She's not believable at all.
No.
And this movie doesn't work.
No.
It's almost like that shaved head with the bleach, like, kind of makes the fucking movie in a way.
Yeah.
Or at
It
least the
definitely
character.
helps. Yeah,
Yeah.
It definitely adds something to
I
the
thought it was
character.
such a wise choice.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
So that was pretty cool. Yeah, okay. And then the dislikes were kind of going what you were saying, Pete, about lack of character development, which is definitely there.
Yeah.
Maybe some pacing was a bit off.
Little bit.
Like, we
Pacing,
went
yeah.
really hard really early, and then we flattened out a bit, and then we went real hard again.
There was a
Like,
couple of times
yeah.
I picked up my phone and had to put it back down because I was in there just.
Well,
in a
you
flat
picked it
spot.
up, you realised there was no messages or calls, and you put it back
I
down.
realised I haven't bought any credit. I just can't even.
And he's
cheat.
banned himself from social media. So
no,
there's
so it
really
wasn't
no
myself.
point.
I've been
Yeah, I
shadow
was
banned.
in the same boat.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I've seen this movie before, and I remember really liking it. This time I got a different vibe from it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I still really had a great time.
I-
I thought you would, Duff, because you like these trope
This is
creature
like
movies
exactly
where there's no
my
fucking
thing.
characters. And
One at a time, they're dying. One at a time, there's creatures.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the whole thing is because I've seen so many of them.
yeah,
I don't put it up there with the greatest.
no, that's okay.
Yeah.
I've said this word a lot. it was okay.
Yeah,
It was mid.
Okay, no, that's good.
So the as the kids would say,
Would you say Life is better? You know, the one with Jake Gyllenhaal up on the spaceship?
Shut your mouth. I love that movie.
Yeah, okay. It's basically the same film, just in space instead of
I love
Jake
Gyllenhaal. So if you're not going to break new ground, if you're not going to give us much depth of character, if you're not going to break new ground in terms of anything else, we've got to have fucking cool kills.
Yep.
And we got a couple of them.
Yep.
But I probably needed some more of that to carry
That's
it.
what you want. And,
What
that's
they
a creature
needed?
movie thing.
Was a 10-person crew.
Yes, so we could have some
Go
real
nuts.
Yeah.
Go nuts on 6 of them.
Yeah, if we don't give a fuck about who the characters are anyway.
And it's really sad that the 2 people I didn't really give a fuck about in this movie survived.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have hurt to
It
see
left a
someone
bad taste in
cocooned.
my mouth.
Wouldn't have hurt, right?
One of
See
the
someone
swallowers?
Yeah, someone cocooned.
Yeah.
Like a human. And you can see that, and they're still alive. Within
Someone
the
goes
cocoon.
missing.
That's
and,
nice.
And as they're going under that red and black thing, they're up there.
Yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't
And you
hurt.
can see the outline of the fucking astronaut suit inside this thing's fucking tum-tum.
Oh, yeah. Tum-tum.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
just that, and just the little, I got a little, it might just be me because I'm old and easily confused, but during some of the more hectic sequences, I just found it too samey, and I just was like waiting for it to be over till I'd worked out what was going on.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. All right. So we're mid.
Yeah.
Okay. Cast and crew. Director was William Eubank.
What's he done?
He has a somewhat unfair Metacritic score of 40 because and Metacritic, the site's kind of shit. You can't separate, like IMDb, you can separate director, writer, producer, and just see those films.
Oh, he's produced.
Metacritic, you can't. No, he was a camera guy. So he was a camera operator, cinematographer, camera department for quite a few films before
That explains
he was
some
a
of the
director.
shots he's done. That's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
And some of those movies were dog shit. But he has directed or at least assistant directed some four like pretty good movies. Broken City. You like that?
Not really. Is that Russell Crowe and Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah. Okay. Bit flat. Obviously Underwater. Run, Sweetheart, Run. Have you seen it?
No.
It's like a stalker thriller.
I love a stalker thriller.
Okay. And then there was one that he did on his own, which this is either going to make or break your opinion of him. The Signal with Lawrence Fishburne and the kid that can hear alien noises.
Oh, yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, all about it.
Yeah.
Well done.
Okay. Haven't
seen it.
It's very good. It's like a very unique and fascinating take on like the alien genre.
Okay.
And it's very intense.
Give it a watch.
It's cool. It's a bit of a slow burn, but it's like it's worth it. Yeah.
It's not a slow burn. It's excruciating. It's like,
Yeah.
But it's got a really good premise behind it. So
It does.
holds the movie up.
Sold.
Good cast, good premise, very well shot. That's where you can tell this guy's got some chops. And that was back in 2014.
Okay.
Where he wrote and directed that.
Yeah.
Wasn't commercially successful. And I don't even think it got a cinema release or
So
anything.
they
It was
put him
like
on
a
ice.
low to mid-budget sci-fi. Like those ones never
Lawrence
get a
is
cinema
doing
release.
someone a favour there.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
He was doing a few people a favour.
Yeah,
at that time.
Lawrence
You
is
remember
doing
The Colony? He's doing favours
The Colony's
back then. Yeah, it's a
perfection.
good movie.
I don't know who's doing who a favourite at that stage of poor old Lawrence's career. I love the man.
So yeah, that was cool. So that's basically his career. Like,
I was
it's-
dead set expecting you to say this was his debut.
Nah,
And I was like, this guy's got a lot of potential, but
If
this
it
needs
was,
a bit more of the
fuck,
rough.
man.
Yeah.
If this is his debut, then he's doing the next Marvel movie.
Yeah.
because he's
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? No,
Yeah.
but seriously,
Yeah.
like, that's how good
Yeah.
some of these shots and shit were.
It was just,
I hope he makes the next Marvel movie not dog shit.
He might make the next Aquaman. Just murky as
I
fuck.
don't think they're making another one.
I doubt it. So yeah, that's about all I got on him. There's not much there.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like it's been a bit of a nothing
Is this
career
his
so far.
last movie he's made?
Yeah, he hasn't done anything since this.
Right.
Yeah,
Might
I
be.
don't know that with the loss, like when you spend 50 mil and it only makes 40 mil GBO, you got to fucking.
And he's
claw
got a
your way
couple
back.
of them.
He's
to-
gone back to being a key grip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to claw your way back. And
Yeah.
I think he will.
Yeah.
Because when you look at this film critically, as in how it was made and shot and everything, it's very good. It just has some story shit that's not great.
Do you know what we should do? We
It
should
needs
use,
a revival in Netflix or something like that because right now he's
Yeah.
in trouble. He's spent a lot of money.
it's lost on Disney.
Yeah, give this get the fucking cutting room floor, get all the bits and pieces off, recut it,
Director's cut.
add a bit more in there, and throw
Yeah.
it on Netflix, and you got yourself a summer movie.
All I need is a few edits of the creature, and I'm all about it.
Yeah. Okay. Brighten it up a bit.
I reckon we should throw our support
And
behind him.
6
Follow him on social media.
Six
and-
more
Yeah.
characters.
Say,
and,
say something
Let's
supportive.
get around. We're with you, William.
Yeah, we'll get around
Support
it.
you.
Yeah.
So Kristen Stewart, she's an A-grade star.
She is.
She's one of the biggest stars in the world, I would argue.
Yeah.
She's not a big blockbuster.
No, she's not a
actress.
By
blockbuster.
choice.
She's not. Yeah, that's why I think she's a star. Yeah.
Very similar to Robert Pattinson, who she dated.
Yeah. Did she date?
Yeah.
They dated. He's becoming a blockbuster guy, though.
Yeah, yeah.
He never used to be, but now he's got the Batman, he's got Tenet.
He's got.
But Batman's a very.
He's
He's
got
got
new,
John Kim's new movie.
Yes,
coming out.
he
Well,
does.
it's been delayed, but he's the star of that, right? What's
yeah,
that called?
something minutes, is it? 15 minutes or some shit?
Yeah,
12 something? I don't
Yeah, a number of minutes.
know. So that looks cool, though. Cool
We don't
premise.
do bad.
It's a wild premise.
Oh, I like him.
So Kristen Stewart, I had down here just as a dot point, is how versatile she is.
Panic Room is
She-
the best movie.
Yeah, well, she's a child star. She was Panic Room. A favorite in our household.
I love that movie.
Is Zathura,
Oh, really?
which is the board game sci-fi movie. Have you ever seen
It's
it?
like Jumanji in space.
Yeah,
it's
and
kind
she's
of
in that.
fantastic. Is she in that?
She's in that.
I've
And
seen
it's-
that movie. I don't recall
She's
it.
like the main girl in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
And that's really good. I've watched it with the kids a couple of times, and it's fun.
Okay.
But it's Jumanji in space.
Yeah,
It doesn't let
Jumanji in
down.
space.
So she's got a Metacritic of 57 from 48 acting credits.
48.
Yeah.
She's done a lot more work than I
57 is
did.
pretty good
Yeah,
for someone
yeah.
that does like relatively mid-tier movies, like rather than big budget blockbusters.
Like her idea of a comedy is American Ultras.
Yeah,
or
I really like that.
Adventureland. Yeah.
Yeah,
I watched American Ultra when I had COVID last time.
Yeah.
And I had a great time with it.
perfect.
So yeah, and then she's got a really dramatic performances. Camp X-Ray, which I really liked, not for everyone. She's like a what would you call it? Like a security guard.
Oh, I thought you were going to say she
It's,
worked at like the radio.
What's that fucked up Guantanamo Bay?
Yeah.
She's like a security guard in Guantanamo Bay,
Oh.
and coming to grips with what's going on, all
Just
that sort of shit.
waterboarding people.
I
Did anyone
think I know why I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it's a fucking heavy drama. Did anyone watch her as Princess Diana and Spencer?
No.
I didn't, but
Not interested.
she got rave reviews
Yes.
from the critics. Did she get nominated for that? I felt like maybe there was something there.
Don't know, a bit of buzz, but yeah, I don't know. I know how it ends.
Personal Shopper. She played a civil rights activist in Seaburg, which I haven't seen. Crimes of the Future. I thought that was good. Haven't seen it? No, okay.
Turns out I'm not a big fan. I haven't seen that.
And then she does probably the roles everyone knows her better is the quirk, other than fucking Twilight, of course, but the quirky roles. So American Ultra,
Yep.
Adventureland.
I love Adventure.
That's my favorite version of her.
Yeah, she's so good in that.
She's really good in that. Yeah. And
That's
then
where she
goes-
shows like a level of charisma that she rarely like. Oh, she's understated quite a lot in this movie. She's
That's the
very
whole
understated.
thing.
Yeah,
I think that's a-
yeah. She's like got that chill about her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's like that obviously in Adventureland, but she's more magnetic.
She's got a cool about her that you're instantly drawn to.
yeah. It's you just automatically know that she's way too cool to hang out with. Me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So that's kind of
Yeah, definitely.
No, he's right.
and then she's got the Twilight films, which
Yeah.
despite me not being the target audience, I get that. I've
it.
seen the first one. I've watched it hungover on Duff's couch one day before he woke up.
Yeah.
Because it was the DVD lying out on the DVD player. So, and they're actually dreadful. They're like terribly made movies.
Yeah, they're shit
they're
house.
fucking horrible.
I saw one at the cinema with
I've
Duff.
read
Yeah, I was very
I've read
annoyed.
the books as well. They're not well written either.
Yeah. No.
Well talk, Steve.
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
What's Will Wheaton?
You leave Will Wheaton out of this.
I walked out of that movie and ruined it for everyone in the lobby by just yelling loudly about how shit it was.
Kristen Stewart. So you're not a big Kristen Stewart guy?
No.
No, you BJ?
I thought I was.
Yeah, okay.
But it turns out I've seen 3 of them.
I don't think he is. You've seen the 3 like quirky indie comedies. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's good. That's kind of the same.
I'm
because-
okay with that.
Well, the majority of the rest of her films are pretty heavy adult dramas.
Yeah.
And like
I'm a pretty heavy adult, but I'm
yeah,
not.
I like a heavy adult drama, but not like fucking
Sometimes
all the
the,
time. like it's
Heavy adult dramas are hard to find, hard to watch, hard to sit down and get into.
yeah,
Especially
Yeah.
because they're not marketed well. They're just like she's a security guard at Guantanamo Bay. I get it. I know what the movie's about.
Yeah.
I can tell you what happens.
Yeah, it's
There's a bit more to it,
It's
but
not
yeah,
going to be that fun, is it?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to do Vincent Cassell now?
Do I?
Yeah, I can't recall if we've ever had a movie with him in it, which surprises
think
me
so.
because he's fucking,
Yeah.
he's been around, he's done it. Maybe he's a bit too highbrow for us or for our pod. But he's the captain in this, for those that don't know.
He was very good. I thought he was great in this.
That's what a captain does.
I want to disagree slightly. I always find him really intense and like captivating. And in this, I thought he wasn't utilized. And that's probably because he was a good guy in this. Whereas I think he's best as a evil villain. or at least someone with hidden agendas.
Probably, but I
Yeah.
still thought he was good in this.
Yeah, I didn't think it was bad.
Yeah.
I just thought, this is Vincent Cassel.
I liked-
He's one of our great fucking actors.
Really nice piece of writing with the reveal about his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Really good.
That was good.
And then you immediately go back to when he was arguing she's still 14.
14, exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah. So yeah,
thought
because
that
that's
was
when she
good.
died. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got
I thought he was good.
And the chick goes, "Don't worry, you're probably
Yeah,
just
so he's
crazy."
good. I just
And I'm a director of an arts school, Ken.
But
performing
like,
arts.
You've seen Vincent Cassel in fucking like
Ocean's 12.
Ocean, yeah, like Black Swan or something like that, and it's like, oh man, this guy is
fucking
yeah.
sleevey piece of shit.
Eastern Promises, and he's like really something. And then in this, it's like, oh yeah, okay, it's
Yeah.
good, but like fucking, there's probably 20 other people that could have done what he did in this.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Yeah, true.
So anyway, yeah, and then he's obviously got the Ocean's movies, and he's in one of the Bournes, I think, maybe two. One of the Bournes. He's a bad guy.
Yeah,
Born Again.
Jason Bourne, I think it is, that weird one that was.
Jason Bourne with my boy Jeremy.
No, Jason Bourne's the one that comes after that.
one, and
So it
it's
went to
Matt
Jeremy,
Damon.
and then we're back to Matt
Back to
Damon.
Matt
I was like,
Damon.
oh, wicked movie. But I just got a bit confused with it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm indifferent.
So what I did stumble across when I was looking up Vincent Cassel was he had 2 Three Musketeers movies last year, part 1 and part 2. They're full feature-length movies.
French.
Never heard of them.
Yeah.
I think they're French. So and they're both highly ranked. So one was 84 and the other one was 78 or something, which is huge for Metacritic.
They keep trying the Three Musketeers, don't they?
Man, I'm going to watch them and I'll report back.
okay.
What's your favourite Three Musketeers? Is it the Man in the Iron Mask? Is it the Oliver Platt one?
Oliver
It's
Platt.
Oliver Platt.
Okay.
D'Artagnan! We've done this before.
Have we? Yeah.
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 So I think he plays D'Artagnan in the Three Musketeers. So yeah, they had some big scores, which is cool. And then I just had a couple of fun facts about him, which I thought was interesting. He was married to Monica Bellucci for 10 years, and they got 2 kids together.
Oh, wow.
Separated now
Good for
or
him.
divorced now.
great
He
for
then
him.
lived in Rio de Janeiro for, excuse my correct pronunciation, for 5 years, and he became proficient at capoeira.
Oh, the dance martial art.
Yeah.
Banana way, nana.
Yeah,
It's a capoeira song.
That's a capoeira song.
I learned that in Rio Grande.
Rio de Janeiro.
Rio Janeiro.
I'm pretty sure it is actually pronounced Rio de Janeiro. I don't know.
That's fine.
I don't know. And he
Wank away.
performed that in Ocean's 12, if you remember. He does a bit of dance fighting
Yeah.
very briefly, so that was
Wow,
cool.
okay.
TJ Miller we touched on a fair bit earlier. So he's the comic relief in this movie.
Touched on probably isn't the right choice of words.
No. So he has got a surprisingly high Metascore of 52.
Thank you,
Deadpool. Due to his animated film. So he's in the How You Train Your Dragons. I was about to say How You Cut Your Dragons. I was like, fucking hell. What is that?
How you eat your dragon.
How Do You Eat Your Dragons 1 and 2.
He's also in one of the worst visually animated movies of all time, the Emoji Movie. He's the main
was he?
character in
That didn't. Yeah,
I've
right.
been watching that all week.
Have you?
Yeah, no shit.
It's dog shit, though.
Yeah, he's mad. I've watched it
to
so
watch.
many times.
Every kid goes through that Emoji Movie phase.
I'm pretty mad about it.
The other one was Big Hero 6 he was in, which also had a whopping score of like 86
Loves
or
the
some
voice
shit.
acting gig.
So
eh?
those
That movie
animated
is
ones.
fucking exceptional.
Yeah, I've watched it with India. I think it was one of the
so
ones where I sat on my phone for a lot of it. I can't.
Yeah.
You know how I went with animated. It has to be really good. So his definitely, I would say, his movie career highlight, and I'm happy to be wrong here, is the Deadpool.
Christmas Party.
His Christmas Party's good.
Yeah,
man.
it's not bad.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
No, but Deadpool,
Oh, yeah.
he's fucking on one in those movies,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
He holds his own with Ryan Reynolds doing fucking really good things.
Not in the next one.
No.
Hates Ryan Reynolds.
Got
Well,
cut.
is that a thing? Is that definite?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
beefing.
Okay.
They're beefing.
I thought for whatever reason
They're
he was-
beefing by TJ Miller beefing with Ryan Reynolds to become relevant again.
Well, Ryan Reynolds.
And Ryan Reynolds is shooting back with nothing.
Yeah, because he's the nicest fucking guy in the world.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
Canadian, for
Yeah,
God's sake.
exactly.
He doesn't want any
Don't
bit of it.
try and
Yeah,
beef
yeah,
with a Canadian man.
What's he angry about?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds strikes me
Yeah.
as the sort of guy that'll lift you up as
Yeah.
well. And if there's and if he's not, there's a good reason for
Yeah,
it.
I think that also he's the kind of guy, he's obviously a smart enough businessman that he's like, you know what, mate, I could cut you loose and no one gives a fuck, so
Yeah.
bye.
You can't do this movie with
I
fun.
don't
Well,
need this energy around me.
I'm going to boycott Deadpool 3 because TJ Miller's not
You're going to
in it.
That'll
boycott
really
one
hurt
of the
him.
greatest movies
That'll really hurt him. No,
that's going to be
boycott it.
fucking
released.
stick him.
Who's
stick
the
it out.
comic relief now? Obviously, other than Ryan Reynolds, who is actually on
I'm going to
fire
watch
in
it
this
twice
fucking
to make
movie.
up for your boycott.
Don't
I'm
you
gonna
dare.
I'm
I'm
going
going to
to
watch
drink
it
a
3 times.
going to drink a Bud Light while I do it.
Okay, Kid Rock.
I'm going to go in there
No way, he hates Bud Light.
No, he drinks it now.
He drinks it, yeah.
and show my ID to everyone. It's going to be your ID. Can you take it out of your wallet and go, And then at the last stop of my voice, I'm watching Deadpool 3. My name is Kenny. You're not going to have any pants on. You're going to get arrested.
Again.
Can we say that? So that's his movie career highlight.
Yeah, definitely.
I think his actual career highlight is
Silicon
Silicon
Valley.
Valley. Has to be, man.
So good.
Yep.
He owns
Silicon
that fucking show for 6 seasons, man.
Yeah.
Dominates it.
I have.
Playing what I believe is himself.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's a massive piece of shit.
I have on my pin-up board and my little cubicle at work, I have
Yes.
the conjoined triangles of success.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so good.
And no one fucking knows it's a
I,
joke.
I love Silicon Valley.
It's really good. It's an incredible. If you haven't seen Silicon Valley, the TV show,
The first
stop
4
listening to this
seasons.
pod right now and
Yeah.
just start watching it. It's
Yeah.
a masterpiece. It's
Yeah.
just fucking.
But
fun.
come back to the pod.
Come back to the pod afterwards. Yeah.
We'll miss you.
So what? So this is what he. So I'm going to give you the TJ rundown here, right? Just a couple of minutes. Because we're all, oh, what did he do again? Did he bash someone? Did he fucking call someone a R word? Whatever. Who knows? I stopped myself there. Thank
Well,
you.
good self-censoring.
Thank you.
Growth. I call that growth.
So what he's most famous for is the shit he's been caught up with in off-screen. Because he's actually a pretty prolific stand-up comic as well.
Yeah.
But still not famous for that either. It's the shit he's done. So he was assaulted and he was jailed for assaulting an Uber driver after an argument about Donald Trump.
Really?
He's vocally against Trump. If you don't know that, he's done a lot about that. Gets an argument, fights the Uber driver, goes to jail.
I didn't know that.
Posts his own bail, gets out.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know you could do that either. Wish I knew when I did my time. Then after that, he was caught up in the Me Too movement. And was removed from How to Cut Your Dragon 3 because of that. So there's some allegations made about him. His name was actually cleared. He fought vigorously against that, and eventually his name was cleared, and there was no charges, there was no nothing.
Yeah.
So, you know.
It's too late.
Move it. Well, yeah, the damage is done once the accusation's made, but that's a whole nother thing.
Okay, Ben Shapiro.
His biggest moment, though, in his shit show of the last 10
think
years
this is
of
the
his
one I know
life
about.
is he's on a train
Yeah.
and he's hammered. He's fucking hammered.
Yeah.
He has an altercation with the lady on a train.
Well, who catches a train sober?
Well, true story.
Nobody.
Yeah, you fucking wouldn't want to. So he's hammered on a train, has an altercation with a lady, and decides he's going to call in a bomb threat and say he describes the woman and it's in her bag, the woman that he has the altercation with. So, of course, the fucking train shuts down, the FBI, like, it's wild. If you call in a bomb threat, especially in America, like, it's going off.
Is that bad, or is it just a classic ad?
It's like
J. Miller mess
it,
around.
Is it just?
Oh, it's a mess around. It's funny.
mess around.
It's funny, but
get
it's
it.
just not.
Is that bad?
I know where his head's at.
Yeah.
Or is it the best season finale of Practical Jokers you've ever fucking seen?
So here's the thing.
I didn't know that shit.
He gets federally charged for that because
it's not good. Yeah.
No. It's
Very
not
much
good.
frowned
Fake
upon.
bomb threats, man. It's massive. That's like prison time.
Yeah.
He gets off. So they dropped all charges were later dropped due to he had some weird brain thing. And he actually had brain surgery to like fix it. I sorry, that's very unscientific, but like
You're our doctor.
I know. I just didn't read enough about it. I was like,
That's
okay,
it.
brain thing.
I'm cancelling our brain
Sorry.
surgery.
Remove my
You're
doctor.
not performing my tumour removal anymore.
I'll do it.
I've lost all faith.
Let
Duff, you're
do
in.
it. Yes. That old fucking shaky hand stuff over there.
Less Red Bull.
All of a sudden, I'm in Ben's tummy, slowly getting digested.
Shoot your way out.
It's the dream.
So that's why they let him off because of that, because he was basically unstable. He had just come off brain surgery and he's hammered drunk. So they
Fucking
just
brain
kinda,
surgery, good excuse.
Yeah,
So he had brain surgery before this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people would do anything to get out of
yeah,
trouble.
he had brain surgery in like 2015 or something like that.
right.
Yeah,
I promise you that if I was getting sent to federal prison, I'd fake brain surgery as well.
sure.
Yeah.
So interesting guy.
Yeah.
Probably actually definitely a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But like one of those pieces of shit you kind of want to hang out with. Like if he was one of your mates, you'd be like, fuck, good guy.
Twice a year max.
Yeah.
We'll have TJ over just twice a year.
So that was cool. The other three cast members, John Gallagher Jr. He was from 10 Cloverfield Lane and
Newsroom, I know him
That's
from
what
most,
a
yeah.
fucking
He's the other
known
guy
He's a
in
pretty
10
decent,
Cloverfield.
pretty big role in
He was
Newsroom.
good in 10 Cloverfield
I
as well.
fucking love 10 Cloverfield.
I think he's a
Very
good
good
actor.
film.
He was
I
completely
think he is as
underutilized
well.
in this, but he's good.
Very
He's
much
good
so.
in Newsroom, which I watched because Olivia Munn's in it.
Red-blooded BJ. Mamadou Afi, and he was the black gentleman.
Yep.
And I don't really know.
He pops up in stuff, and I think he's good.
Yeah, I don't know him well.
But,
I had a look
yeah.
at his IMDb, and I'm like, I don't know
Okay.
any of this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't know him.
I just recognise him and go, "Oh, cool, that guy."
I want to know him. I thought he was good.
Yeah.
I thought he was
Yeah,
great. A lot
He-
of emotion
he
in his
imploded.
face before he implodes.
Yeah, great.
And,
then
just his eyes following the cracks.
Yes.
Yeah, that was good.
And then, as BJ mentioned, Jessica Henwick is
that
the
her name?
name of Emily, who was in the Royal Hotel alongside
Julie Garner.
Julie Garner.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
was a good Australian
I liked it.
movie. Yeah, I thought it was good. Yeah.
Jeez, it felt like my hometown.
Yeah. So that was cool. She was
Is
also,
she in-
this is her run, right?
Is she in White Lotus? No.
I don't think, no, it's not that girl you're thinking of. You're thinking of the other teenage girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not her. So you've got, she was in The Grey Man, she was in Love and Monsters, she was in Matrix Resurrections, she was in Star Wars Episode 7, she was in Glass Onions and Knives Out Mystery.
Yes.
And most recently, The Royal Hotel, as I mentioned. So
She was
that's
also
it.
in The Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and The Defenders.
I only look
Is
at
that where they were?
movies because it's a movie podcast.
Yeah.
So if I can we'll just cut that bit out, yeah? Thank you.
Come on, Duff. First warning, mate.
So pretty good run for the start of a career. Like,
Yeah.
that's everything she's done. It's
Yeah.
not like, there's 7 movies that we've all heard of and there's 20 others. No. That's just what she's done.
She's making pretty bold choices. Like this,
Yeah.
this was a pretty bold choice, and obviously the Royal Hotel being an
Very
Australian
annoying
production.
character.
Yeah. And have you seen the Royal Hotel? Because she's pretty similar.
Australian movie?
Yeah.
No.
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's sort of. I think she's. My advice to her, career-wise, just as her life coach and agent,
Yeah.
would be to look for something.
She wants to
different-
hear this, so-
different next, because you're good at this role.
Playing this
Yeah.
sort of character. Yeah,
But
sorry, yeah.
let's go for something different.
She's
Yeah.
good as a badass, too.
Yeah, she alternates a little bit between both.
When she a bad, I'm trying to think what
Those TV
Oh,
shows?
those are the TV shows.
Yeah, is she okay? All right.
Yeah.
Don't you say their names.
Yeah.
Not on my movie pod.
Fucking too much editing. But yeah, no, I thought she was okay.
Okay.
And I thought her character was relatively annoying.
It wasn't her fault.
But that was-
the
that was
fact
part
that
of
she
it.
was not great in this is not her fault.
No.
As in, she did what she did with the character. The character
Yeah.
was just a bit meh.
Were you guys really surprised to find out the depth of her, pardon the pun, the depth of her love for Jeff Tweedy? Like,
Didn't even know they were together.
me neither. I was
Till the
like,
end of it,
I was
yeah.
like, way too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All I'm
his-
saying is I didn't hear him say anything.
No.
It's all her.
fun facts. You guys
wanna
ready?
tell
No,
us-
I'll call you when we're on the surface, yeah?
I'll tell you what, you're not saying. I don't think this is going to work while she's dragging you across
The
the
whole-
ocean floor.
Funny story is, he wasn't poisoned by the gas. She said, I love you, and he just pretended to pass out. He's a fucking coward.
That's what we all do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Prove your love. Drag me across the ocean.
Drag me across the 7 mile depth.
Here we go. Fun facts.
Yeah.
There's some good ones here. For a movie like this, there's always going to be some fun production stuff. Actors wore the airtight suits for the underwater scenes, making it difficult to hear the director's commands. It's because each suit weighed about 63 kilograms.
Right.
Jesus. Yeah. So they were really locked in there.
It's like me wearing Ken.
Here's the... Across 3 state lines. Another Con Air reference.
Yeah,
You like
thank
that? 2 in 1.
By the way, they didn't need 63 kilo suits. Like, I didn't look at it and go, oh, legit.
I did.
I guess
thought
this
they
is
were
how
like,
much a suit like that
I thought they were
weighs.
neck suits.
Could have
make
got
them
away-
lighter?
Could have got away with that.
Okay.
Sick.
Due
Make
to
them
the-
out of foam.
Due to the...
Gore-Tex.
You guys done with mentioning your fucking material?
What does Batman wear?
Lycra.
Latex.
Latex. I'm allergic to it.
I really?
No.
That's just what you
do.
do. Due to the Disney purchase of 20th Century Fox, the release date was pushed to January 2020.
There you go.
This was actually shot in 2017.
Holy
So it
shit.
got
Holy
a 3-year
fuck.
push because of that whole. There was like a year or two like transition period.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah. So the director
Right.
William Eubank is understandably proud of the shot at the 58-minute mark of a character flipping through the water onto the large platform.
Yep.
Which I
Yep.
think is Vincent Cassell. I think flips
Yeah.
onto the platform.
Well, who knows they're in a suit.
True. And he says, I quote, "I don't know if people will even believe that, but that's a real shot of people flipping onto an actual godlight we had dangling from a crane.
Fuck.
Wow.
It's like 8 or 9 feet off the ground, but still."
That's cool.
Yeah, that's
pretty
great.
Cool. So they're just stunt guys or whatever, but
Yeah,
they were flipping.
Yeah, I like it.
And yeah, so he was very happy with that.
Yeah.
Apparently a lot of the stunts were all like real, like proper stuntmen doing it, not
You know we're
CGI.
all about that.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so this is the cool homage to Alien that I just thought was really cool. Didn't pick it up.
The
on
shaved head.
on the shoulder strap, that holds Lucian's injured arm can be seen the Wayland Corp company logo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which
Fuck.
Wayland Corp's Alien, Prometheus, whatever.
Yeah, you're never going to pick that up.
No. It was kind of like in Event Horizon, and someone was wearing a flag that had I think Sam Neill was wearing like the
Aussie,
Aboriginal combined with the
yeah.
Australian flag or something.
Yeah.
Because it was meant to be in the future, and that's what
Yeah.
went. Yeah.
Cool.
So it's kind of like that. There is no dialogue in the first couple of minutes of the opening scene. Just the camera panning around the corridors of the Kepler station. This is similar to the opening scene of the first Alien film, if you recall that, where there's no dialogue, it just kind of pans around.
Yeah.
The opening credits feature maps, text, and headlines that paint a picture of the world. The maps are actual, or the blueprints, whatever you want to call them, are the actual schematics used to build all of the sets and machinery in the movie.
Oh, I
wow.
picked it. I knew that.
Very cool, right?
I'm a schematics and
Very cool.
topography guy.
So the sets, this is fucking really cool. The sets were first built in VR, which enabled them to be inside the sets and like look around and be engrossed in it before they actually then built them and engineered them.
Waste of money.
Very cool, man.
So much.
Very cool.
I'm starting to get the budget. Like,
Spent a lot of money. Yeah,
Yeah, wow.
that's it.
All
That's
on
what I got. I
pre-production.
thought there was some really cool shit.
Yeah,
there.
it's interesting.
I thought that
a lot of
it
money
looked-
on pre-production.
It looked really good for 50 mil.
It really did.
Yeah. They did well with that money, and
The
that's
more we-
maybe why it was so murky, and that's maybe why we didn't see the creature as much as what we liked. But
Also thinking
spent
about
too much on the fucking VR and the,
the
suits.
VR, I don't get it. But the parallels with Alien and the fact it's 7 miles underwater. How the fuck did James Cameron not direct this?
Yeah, no
He's
shit. It's
pissed.
here. Yeah.
He's pissed.
I bet he likes this.
Yeah,
I bet
actually,
he
you're
likes
right.
it.
He would have tweeted about it if he's a tweeter.
Redeeming BJ.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? When we heard the user score of 54 or whatever, I was like, yeah, it's about my ballpark.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty to like about it, but it's pretty flawed in parts as well. So like, it didn't have me engrossed and invested the whole time, but the stuff I liked was really cool. So it's just sort of a bit uneven in that regard.
Yep.
But I didn't hate it by any stretch. I was entertained. I'm probably not going to watch it again.
No, that's fair.
I'll probably watch Alien.
Yeah, if you're going to watch one,
Yeah,
you watch
that's a
that.
lie. I watch
Yeah.
Aliens.
That's fair.
So yeah, I will redeem it with 54.
Okay, great.
Wow.
I'll accept it.
Thank you.
The first time I watched this movie, because it's a creature flick movie, it's one by one people dying. That's what I'm about.
Yeah.
And I remember really liking it. This time around, there was maybe it was my vibe, but it just wasn't for me.
Do you still like movies?
Yeah, what's the problem?
No, but wait, I haven't finished yet, motherfuckers.
Negative Nigel.
Fucking don't you ever call me Nigel. Neville, I'll accept. Negative Neville. But I was coming in, giving it, thinking 50.
Okay.
But the actual pod talking about it, realized I like it a lot more than what I first thought when I watched it, and then I relived the scenes, and yeah. So I'm gone a bit above. The whole movie for me was I needed more people to be. I needed cooler death scenes.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Agree.
I needed more people to die. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense. And I needed it to more be on the horror spectrum, not the claustrophobic. There was too much tunnel work. Yeah. If that makes sense, which is a choice the director made, but it's not for me. So I do think the movie's okay. I will give it around the ballpark figure of 57.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That I'm shocked from you because I thought this ticks all the boxes of like the creature movie genre. I really thought it did.
Yeah.
I the stuff that we've spoken about, like the characters.
But if you think about
missed it. But for the genre that you love,
Yeah, the genre I love. How many people got killed by a
yes,
creature?
I get I get that. So
One
it's-
person died
It ticked
from
the
a
boxes,
creature.
but you just needed more of everything.
I needed the creatures to
Give
be
me more
more
of everything.
involved in it, more than the claustrophobic stuff.
Yeah, so maybe for me, I think that's maybe why I consider it probably
It's not a creature flick.
No, I definitely call it a creature flick, and I have it at the high end of creature flicks because maybe I felt like it didn't have like crazy deaths and things like that. So it's maybe a little bit more grounded or a little bit more sci-fi than a traditional creature movie. And I'm always going to be drawn to sci-fi as a scientist. I can't even do it anymore.
No,
I
beat
just
it to
can't
death. Why
keep
not?
up the bit.
Why not? Keep going.
So I liked how it stuck to the, I just said this, it kind of ticks a lot of the boxes for that genre. So if you're like, if someone said to me, can you recommend like a 90-minute kind of horror actiony type thing. Yeah,
Event
absolutely,
Horizon.
I can. I can recommend you Life, and if you've already seen that, I recommend you this.
Yeah.
But I would put this up there, like for me, for a creature film. I put it up there. Say the last 10 years, you've got that Crawl one, which was spoken about.
Magnificent.
It was really good. I'd put this up there with that, like in that sort of realm. I would. I thought it was really elevated by the sets. The underwater shooting I thought was fucking cool. I thought Kristen Stewart was awesome in it. And it looks and feels like a big budget movie. It could have been a blockbuster, like if this had a few more elements to it. So I'm gonna give it a pretty big score actually. I'm gonna give it a 77.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how much fun I had the second time around as well, which I've been a little flat on this podcast because it kind of sucked it out of me when you guys started talking your shit. And I was like, you know what? You guys, no. I was like, you guys are probably right. And it killed my buzz a little bit. And now that I'm thinking about it again on my own without you guys interfering with my thoughts, I'm back there. I'm back there with him. I'm trapped in the fucking underwater world with him.
I'm happy for you.
So I give it 77. If you disagree with me, which is you two, I'll put a small crack in your underwater suit at 7 miles depth so your body literally implodes.
Yeah, that's
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay?
All I heard
I reckon I survived that.
All I heard was crack.
So I'll put a small
Where's the
finger
body
in your
I
crack.
I know.
No, he's
So-
thinking the other crack.
What? Shh.
Fucking shush me, I'm a grown ass man. Fucking shush me.
So next week on the mini, I wanted to keep
41
for the
I
mini.
changed my redeem.
You've got a week to ponder this.
All right.
Heroic sacrifices. I
Oh,
want
yeah.
your top 5.
What's
This
gonna-
movie, as you said, had 3.
Yeah.
Two, I thought they were particularly good in this, the actual sacrifice itself, but they didn't have enough emotional weight attached
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for those I'm looking for the
Yeah.
tear jerkers. I
Yeah.
want those heavy ones that you just can't let go of.
Yeah,
So
maybe
yes,
crying another mini-sode.
that'd be cool.
Sad week.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Just remember, everyone, the cover-up is always worse than the crime.
Goddamn, what a rush.
Bye.
You know what we're sitting on? A lot of energy with nowhere to go.
Core meltdown in progress. 1 minute until meltdown.
We got 60 seconds. You lose your sense of time in the dark.
3, 2, 1.
So let's light this shit up.